Shut up, Lubba. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Battery Saver. I am, as ever, your host, N7 Day. I forgot it was actually N7 Day. 2007. We talked about 2007 last time. That's when Mario Galaxy came out. A lot of games came out in 2007. The Witcher came out. Mass Effect came out. BioShock. Assassin's Creed. Metroid Prime 3. God of War 3. Modern Warfare 1. And, of course, the biggest one of them all, WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. So, of all of those games, though, there was a hell of a large competition with regards to sales, and Mario Galaxy still managed to be in the top 10 sales figures, no matter how you slice it. The developers, however, as I think I mentioned before, Mario Galaxy was a very Star Wars game. It kind of stumbled its way into success. Nobody really intended for it to be the amazing game that it was. It was just kind of, and everybody involved all thought it was going to fail. Like, everybody involved thought, nah, there's no way. There's no way they're actually going to make this stick, right? Well, Mario Galaxy sold extremely well. But what's funniest about all that to me is that there were so many ideas they wanted to put in Galaxy that they didn't. Pretty much specifically because of the fact that they were like, I mean, we're out, right? We're out of time, we're out of development, we got to push the game out the door. So they just pushed Galaxy 1 out the door. But immediately after Galaxy 2 was gold disked, they were like, all right. They had a powwow, and they said, anybody have any other ideas for levels, or for gimmicks, or for power-ups, or for enemies, or for bosses? And everybody was like, yes. Working on Galaxy 1 was such a treat that the entire development team, to our knowledge, volunteered to immediately start working on what they, at the time, were calling Mario Galaxy More. It was just going to be an expansion, something that they would tack on top of it that would add even more levels, even more stages. One of the first times they've done a straight-up expansion to a game since the NES era, actually, back with Lost Levels, and for basically the same reason. If you've ever wondered why Mario Galaxy 2 is generally harder than Galaxy 1, it's because it's kind of designed from the approach of being an expansion. So a lot of the level designs and concepts are of the more complex nature, which is more fitting the end of Galaxy 1. So they start getting together, and it becomes very quickly apparent that they have so many ideas that it's not going to work for an expansion. And so they start workshopping other ways to deal with it. And finally, they go to the upper executives. The upper executives say, green light. And thus Mario Galaxy 2 was born. A full-on sequel, which plays a lot like an expansion, because that's kind of what it is. But really, this is its own game and its own animal in several ways. Even the philosophy of how they design certain games and how they do power-ups and layouts is honestly fairly different from Galaxy 1, as we'll just demonstrate as we go through. One of the questions I was asked before we even start is, from memory, which should score better? And that's actually a tough one, because what should probably happen is Galaxy 2 should probably have a higher gameplay score, but a lower visual score. That is to say, a lower story score, because they gutted the story out, which we'll talk about in just a second. The thing about that is, I'm not sure that's true anymore. I was actually looking over the old review, which we did over 3 years ago now, before the Oblivion line, and I noticed that it is actually very funny to me how much our review system has changed since then, because I'm looking at that like, that's not a plus to gameplay, and that's not true at all, and I'm just looking down the list like, just disagreeing with past me. Hashtag relatable. So, I'm not sure as far as how this is going to go, but for the curious, in the olden days, Galaxy 1 scored a 136, and Galaxy 2 scored a 178. Now, that's a different formula and different review system, but back in the day, Galaxy 2 scored noticeably better than Galaxy 1. It would not surprise me if it does under the current review system. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. The game finally came out in 2010. They were allotted tons of time. They were told, take your time. We're Nintendo. We're going to treat this like a full release. And that means you've got a full amount of time to do it. 2.5 years to produce this game. This game came out against some very big competitors, including BioShock 2, Alan Wake, Halo Reach, God of War 3, Call of Duty Black Ops, Red Dead Redemption, Mass Effect 2, and my personal favorite, StarCraft 2. If you ever wondered how old StarCraft 2 really is as a game, remember it came out in the Wii era. Anyways, despite all of that, Mario Galaxy 2 managed to absolutely freaking nail it. It was received near universal critical acclaim, and sold bonkers well. Lore shock. Mainline Mario games selling well. I know. Stop the presses. Oh yeah, also WoW Cataclysm came out this year. God, I'm old. And Civ 5. There's another one. But the last thing I wanted to talk about is the story. Galaxy 1 didn't have much of a story, but it did have a story, a framework, a backdrop, and a little bit of world building and character building, mostly around the storybook, but also the elements of how the game was being presented. All of that was cool, and a lot of people like it. As we talked about during Galaxy 1, that was almost entirely the event of one person, Koizumi, who was trying to put as much story into Mario as possible. And as we already talked about, Miyamoto had some pretty serious whiplash? No, wrong word. Lashman. He didn't like it. He was like, nope, this sucks. And everyone was like, ugh. And remember, and I talked about this last time, but this bears repeating, Miyamoto was not in charge of anything. Backlash, thank you. He was not officially in charge of anything. No direct reporting lines. He wasn't the director. He wasn't even the producer. He was just a guy who worked at the company. But he's kind of the elder of Nintendo. And so because Miyamoto said, I don't like that there's too much story in this, story doesn't belong in a Mario game. There's the clout the man has is insane, and you can understand why. But because of that, him simply saying that meant a huge number of studios, pretty much all of them, actually, working under Nintendo's label at the time, backed away from story hard. And that would be a trend that would continue for about 10 years, until about 2017, when they would finally reverse that trend officially with Mario Odyssey. Now, we don't know much, but I did my research, as I always do, and we have 3 bits of information that are just all over the place that I think are actually connected. I could be wrong about this. But Galaxy 2's... So one of the things we know about Galaxy 2 is they wanted to follow through on the idea of the reborn galaxy. That was like going to be the launching point narratively. Remember, at the end of Galaxy 1, small spoilers, the whole galaxy kind of got destroyed. And the Lumas sacrificed themselves to rebirth the galaxy. They even mentioned that the new galaxy was going to be a bit new and a bit different. That was actually intended to set up Galaxy 2, which was going to then examine this new galaxy, this new remixed, new setting. Another tidbit we know about it is that there were going to be cameos. When I say cameos, I mean other Nintendo property cameos. Samus, Donkey Kong, Pikmin, stuff like that. And they're going to have just little appearances from them periodically throughout the stages. And you can kind of, between just those 2 points, you can kind of see the general direction they were going to go in. But we also have a third bit of information, and that we were going to cover Rosalina's task as kind of the caretaker of the galaxies, the caretaker of space, effectively. In my opinion, between these 3 points, we have actually a decent picture of what they were probably intending for the narrative. Now, I'm not a big fan of multiverse kind of a stuff, but I kind of like the idea that Mario Galaxy 1 would kind of retroactively be like a launching of the Nintendo universe, for lack of a better way to put it. And then, as we're going through Galaxy 2, we're seeing the beginnings of Pikmin, we're seeing the beginnings of Donkey Kong, we're seeing the beginnings of Metroid, etc. And it just kind of, dipping into it. Doesn't have to be some big major epic, although that'd be nice. But we didn't get any of that. Instead, the story we're going to get is, and I'm going to tell you the entire plot in one sentence. Bowser is huge and wants someone to make him a huge cake, so he kidnaps Peach. So without further ado... Whoa! Oh yeah, so speaking of story elements that never go anywhere, this is Prince Luma, or Master Luma. Nothing about that is ever explained ever. We have no idea why this Luma takes to Mario, why they're significant, what they have to do with anything, or why everyone has respect for them. So, this strange Lopo seems confused. Was he lost? He seemed to take a shine to Mario. You're a bit too early to be Cappy, buddy. You're too late, Mario. The power of the stars is already mine. Look what else I got. I'm huge. There you go. That really is the entire plot right there. You can tell the entire plot of the game already. But if I can quote myself here, I would never say that story is mandatory. However, in my experience, a good story will always elevate a game. So an absence of a story is more like a neutral, right? It's just there. You notice that unlike the first game, which got several pluses for the intro, this game is getting none. Because there's nothing going on here. There's one other thing I wanted to talk about. So, I mentioned last time that Mario Galaxy 1 having an orchestra was considered an extremely stupid move, and everybody thought it would fail. And then it came out and it blew everybody away, right? In fact, it was so good that something interesting happened when they started working on Galaxy 2. Originally, Galaxy 2 was just going to have the same soundtrack. Maybe like 5 new songs. But instead they were like, no, since this is becoming its own completely new sequel, let's go ahead and make a completely new soundtrack. And they're like, you got it. And already started work on the ideas and concepts and new music they were going to do, which was, of course, all digital. Then Miyamoto came down, and while I am hard on the man, it's worth noting I agree with him more than I don't. But he comes down and he says, no, you got to go orchestral again. And everyone's like, what? But that was insane. And he was like, yeah, but it worked. And so they're like, okay, sure. So they got back together, the same orchestra, plus about 10 additional players, and said, all right, let's go ahead and put together. They actually brought in a third person to work on the soundtrack for this. And we're like, all right, let's make a new soundtrack. So there are actually some songs that are from Galaxy 1 in Galaxy 2, but a lot of the music is completely new or remixed. But when I say remixed, I mean like it's a new song played by played by the same orchestra, but it's a new recording, right? And they really leaned into it. And I mentioned this because obviously this is significant for the game we're playing, but this became the norm. This established a standard for Nintendo, and they would use the same orchestra and the same orchestral approach for all of their major releases henceforth. As a further little side note, notice how even the intro stage is... It's not exactly complex, but it's certainly more complex than you'd expect from a tutorial stage. This is just going back to what I was talking about earlier with regards to how the game is designed like an expansion. It's designed for people who've already played Mario Galaxy 1 and already know the mechanics of the game and all that fun stuff. I'd say that's a bad thing. It's just, it kind of demonstrates the variance of approach, you know? Don't mind me. Just physicsing for a minute. So, you like Rosalina, right? Well, it sucks to be you, because now we've got this jackass. So you're this Mario guy, my little Lubba's one. By the way, this guy has only had, and I looked it up, a grand total of 2 appearances after this game, both of which are as minor blink-and-you'll-miss-it cameos in Gaiden games. I bet you didn't even know he ever comes back at all. Nobody liked this guy. Wait, if you have the trust of young Master Luma, say, I just might have a little proposition for you. Hear me out now. Your special someone got kidnapped, now you gotta save her, am I right? I can say, that's right, or yes. We need fuel for our ship. Now, if you think you can get some of our stars back for us, I'm willing to make this ship your very own, for a bit. It's a fair exchange, am I right? That's right. I agree with your proposition. So, this is as close to a hub as we have. And this is essentially our hub. What's funny is I think from a purely gameplay perspective, it works much better than the observatory. However, of course, from a story perspective, it works much worse because you've pretty much seen the entire thing already. The only real notable thing that's going to change in the future is as we rescue more people throughout different levels and different stages, we will get more and more passengers, and that'll flesh it out a little bit, and we'll have more of a crew on board, which is cool. But, like, it just doesn't compare to the atmosphere, the vibe, and the general visual storytelling of the observatory, right? So, I mentioned a controversial change. Here it is. Yep. We have a world map instead of the hub world approach. For whatever reason, every time this game is brought up, this is the biggest talking point. Everybody mentions the fact that it's a world map instead of the hub approach. Once again, I want to stress that I have no real opinion here because I don't see one particular approach as better than the other. They're just different approaches. There's, end statement, really. Now, having said that, there is something I think that's better about the world approach, and that's that you can do brickwork. World brickwork. So in Mario 64 and Sunshine and in Galaxy 1, the hub was neat and all, but ultimately you would go find the entrance to the next level area, and then you go to the next level area. They couldn't really do anything to kind of advance the narrative as you went. I know that sounds like a strange way to phrase it, but what I mean by that is, look at the background. Look at the area behind where we currently are, right? We're out in the atmosphere. Well, I'm just going to spoil this for you. The next overall area, we zoom further out, and then further out, and then further out, as we get more and more away from it. And there's actually a degree of legitimate brickwork in just the world map, which makes sense, because you can do brickwork with a world map. I can prove this because I've played Mario World and Mario 3, right? Think about that for a second. Think about the visuals of the different worlds in Mario 3 and how they kind of give you a vibe for the different zones you're in. By the way, this game is even more arduous to 100% than the last game. Like, you essentially have to 100% the game, and then you gain access to the ability to 100% the game a second time. Then you can go actually finish the game. Yoshi drums. You can also infinitely jump with him. Whoops. I actually was doing it there successfully. It's actually pretty hard to do. Of course, now I've done it successfully. You can see the pattern. You can see the idea of how it works. That is a bug, by the way. That is a straight-up bug. Really, Loke? Really? Okay, hold on. You could prefer a Mario game that doesn't have story. You can prefer black licorice, and you can prefer coffee. But you've got to explain why you would rather this game be console-locked to the frickin' Wii, Loke. You have got to explain that. Oh, sorry, I missed your earlier statement, Loke. I apologize. Although, I'm curious, who said anything anywhere about this game just being on the Switch? That's what I was so confused about. It's like, I don't want it just on the Switch either. I want this game on the PC. I have been pro Nintendo porting their games for years. And they don't. It's frustrating. Damn it. This is what's gonna happen every time we have to use Yoshi. Oh god, the last level. I just realized that's gonna be a thing. So let's do another Yoshi level. Of course they front load the Yoshi level. That makes a lot of sense. It was the back of the box feature. It's only by coincidence that I hate it. Oh god, I just realized there's another. There's two upcoming Yoshi levels that are gonna suck. I just realized. Well, I just consigned that guy to falling into a bottomless pit. Oh, nope, he's fine, he's fine. Your glasses... There you go. That's what's currently happening. Oh man, I almost did that. Oh yeah, speaking of which, a lot of the boss... Whoa! What was that? Can you, like, not do what you're doing, please? Thank you. Okay. And we're dead. This is a really easy boss. I just turned on games journalism mode, sorry. Also known as, I don't really want to play this on the Wii. Yeah, one of my biggest complaints about this game, and this is not actually a joke, is that Lubba will not shut up. That's one of my biggest memories about this game, and dislikes from it. The boss music's kicking, though. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. As long as we're not controlling Yoshi, I think we'll be fine. Wait, gotta get a 1-up. Give me a 1-up. Or a single bit. Hell yes. That's what I wanted. It's 1 bit. Yeah, as you can see, not much difficulty on the tutorial level. I tend to hate this on the actual Wii controls, because for those of you not aware, the way that you do the shake is you literally shake. You physically shake the Wiimote. Now, if you've never dealt with the Wiimote waggle, first of all, I envy you. But the shake can go directly to hell. Because we are, for all intents and purposes, reviewing the Wii version of this game, because the emulator does not exist, this actually is a negative. The waggle is a negative. Because of... So first of all, there's the obvious fact that any kind of that kind of input is bad for the controller and bad for the hand. So that's a negative, regardless of all of the factors. It's one of the reasons why I tend to be in favor of modern games having the option to skip the button mash when it comes to QTEs and stuff like that. So that's problem number 1. Now here's the second problem with the waggle. How many of you have ever waggled and it didn't impact the moment you needed it to? I'm probably explaining this wrong, so someone more capable can explain this. Yeah, so it's extremely imprecise. So what's actually happening when you do the waggle is it'll acknowledge that it's moved enough time in enough distance in a short enough period of time in order to qualify as triggering. Once it triggers, it sends a binary input, not an analog input. So in gameplay terms and programming terms, it's the same as pressing a button, which is why I can just map it to a button press. I don't need an analog thing like the L2 or the R2 controllers, or like the analog sticks. I can just hit a button. Yeah, it's a yes-no input. But the problem is, you have to do the waggle, it has to then trigger that it's been long enough and short enough, and then it sends the input. Which means the moment you start the waggle is like the beginning of you hitting the button, and when you finish it is like the end of you hitting the button. In normal game, that's always a thing, because, you know, that's you have to press down on the button. But the time delay there is not insubstantial, especially when it's something you have to use as a central mechanic, like in Donkey Kong Country Returns, like in several of the fighting games on this, like in Wii Punch-Out, or like in this game right here. So, it's very imprecise. Problem number 2. Hang on, that leads to problem number 3. So just the fact that the waggle is bad, and just the fact that the waggle is imprecise are 2 negatives by themselves. But the third problem is they tie it to a major mechanic. Again, and I hate to emphasize this is kind of brilliant of a mechanic, as I talked about back in Galaxy 1. This completely changes how you navigate the 3D space of the game. That's awesome. But that also means you want to do that pretty much constantly. So they made something that's almost as regular as hitting the jump button. Something that's waggle input. So, this is a triple negative for the fact that it's bad, for the fact that it's imprecise, and for the fact that it's irregular. And again, we are reviewing the Wii version of this game, so that counts. Just because I am coincidentally bypassing that by virtue of emulating. By the way, this is the biggest reason I'm emulating Era. Does not change the fact that that's terrible. Hey, I'm here to be more boring. Sorry. Here's a tutorial on how to do the thing you just had to do in order to access the stage that unlocks the person who gives you the tutorial. Game! I know how to play the game! Christ! The last game was so good about tutorialization. It's okay. I like this game. I like this game. I like this game. I'll kill it! Sorry. I stab because I love. How to get my love in there. Okay, that actually sounds terrible. Let me walk that back. I've got to get their love out of there. There we go. That's much creepier. Don't clip that. I wanted to name a cat Bowser once upon a time. I was vetoed on that. Because, you know, video games are for the devil and all that. I mean, yeah, just, can you even imagine a cat Bowser? Can you think of anything more ridiculous than that? Ah! That poor drill. Mouse is screwed up. Oh, never mind, I'm mouse. Ooh, for being awesome. Ooh, for bomb jumping. Look at that. I brought you back some kind of a floaty souvenir. It's a cloud flower. There's some weird stuff out there, huh? Yeah, thanks for that insightful commentary, Lubba. Now shut up. You have time to review every user-created level in Mario Maker. It's like reviewing Mario Paint. It's like, alright, there's Mario Paint. So anyways, that was Mario Paint. I hope you enjoyed that. You didn't see that. Yeah, for some reason, the metal aesthetic is a really common thing in this game. I hate to continue speculating, but I feel like that's once again part of the narrative that was abandoned. To emphasize the artificial nature of what Bowser's does, because almost every Bowser stage is primarily, you know, industrial impeding upon natural, is the overall vibe of it. So, I've always had the impression that that was deliberate, and might be part of that story that never actually got put into the game. Boss time. Gotta do the dance. Could you get out of the way, please? Yeah, way too slow. Oh well. Well, die for the irritation. I've got a huge coin craving. What do gold coins taste like? Don't answer that. Whoops. Oh my god, Lubba, I understand. Thank you. Not only did I have issues with the combat in Skyward Sword extensively, in fact, I will tell a story when we get there about how many times I failed at the very first boss of the entire game because of the controls. But in addition to that, that game caused me legitimate physical pain. Funny fact, the first time I ever complained about that, the first comment I got about that was, I don't think it's fair to ding the game for the fact that you're an old man. That was about 10 years ago, by the way. Anyways, I'm kind of underselling this stage, because I love this stage, and I've done it many times. And I'm good at video games, which is my cue to die. But I love this. I love the way they do this. And, like, the stage is kind of slowly destroying itself as you go further and further into it. The freaking buzzsaws. I love the aesthetic. I love the approach. It's not just a neat gimmick, though. It completely messes up with... messes around how you play the stage. Oh yeah, there's also the Hell Valley trees. They don't mean anything. That's it. That's kind of it. People have speculated about them for years, but even to this very day, they're just there. Yoshi was always a cold-hearted killer. You can tell by looking at his eyes. Look at his eyes in a second. Look at that face. That is the face of a murderer. I eat your fear. Alright, okay. Yoshi? Yoshi? Hey! He was like, you think about what you did! And I'm like, it was a mistake, Yoshi! I didn't do it on purpose! Hey! There's a male toad now. Please, shut up. Shut up! Have you noticed almost every new stage has introduced at least one new gimmick or mechanic, by the way? It's one of the reasons why, despite the relatively lower density, I still think they deserve the same relative number of positives that previous stages got back in Galaxy 1. There's enough new, fun, interesting stuff in a lot of these stages. Okay, that's adorable. I almost feel bad about horrifically murdering you. And once again, this would be the kind of thing that would work great if either the motion controls weren't garbage, or, you know, there weren't motion controls. It's a neat concept. The level is a neat concept, but, like, this is awful. I should probably mention, I am playing this with analog controller right now. That's how I'm doing this. And it works fine, actually. That was probably easier than I've ever done that. So why can't we just do that? Nintendo, I love you. Please stop. Please stop. Nintendo! Quit it! No. Put the waggle down, Nintendo. Like I said, I wish this was just on the frigging Switch, you know? They did a great job of interpreting everything over to the Switch for Galaxy 1. I know it took interpretation, I know work was put, and thought and effort was put into it, and I appreciate that. Please do that again. Please don't leave this game just stranded on the Wii. Have you noticed they just keep trying to, like, pretend this game doesn't even exist? See, I was actually thinking it's specifically about shareholder side of things. Since... what was that? Since, So, like I said, there's that gimmick. We just killed everything under the water there. I'm kidding, they're fine. See, there's a penguin under there, and he's fine. Right, sir? Sir? We'll just pretend he's fine. We're gonna assume he's fine. There's no issues here. Calm down. Don't think about it too much. It's fine. It's fine. That's true. We didn't put the freeze everything button there. We just pushed it. Someone else put the gun in our hands, okay? Loaded it and aimed it. All we did was hit fire. Innocent. Man, I wish, Dakota. Dragon power-up for Mario. I mean, we've done, like, everything else under the sun. We've turned into a cloud, a rock, a bee, a frickin' tanuki. Can we be a dragon, please? Yes! Wouldn't that should be turning into Bowser? I don't see any problems with that. Yeah, make a Godzilla fight. Bowser versus Bowser. Bowser's like, hey! And then, like, he's upset at first, but then he's actually happy about it. He's like, you know, if anybody's gonna give me a fair fight, it's gonna be me. Let's do it, Mario.
Sir, Javin, I hate to correct you on this, but I believe Bowser is technically a Koopa. Thank you very much. That's why they call him the Koopa King.
But as for how big the team is, I actually don't know. Like I said, it was two divisions kind of merged into one. Looks like, it doesn't say. They have 10 production groups inside the team. Wow, so that's actually a lot more than it used to be. So, Production Group 2 has been handling the Kirby series. 3 is the Zeldas. 4 is the go deal with the gimmick stuff group. They made Ring Fit Adventure, for example. Group 5 is Animal Crossing and Splatoon. Group 6 is the group that works with second-party developers, like Metroids and the Paper Marios and Luigi Mansions. Group 8 works with the... So Group 9 does Mario Kart. Group 10 does the 2D Marios and Pikmin. Group 8 exclusively works on 3D Marios. So that means this year, Group 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 have pushed something out. But we haven't heard a peep from Group 8 since the release of Odyssey. So I take it back. You might be right. They might actually be well under development of Odyssey 2, or whatever the next 3D game is going to be. So what that Toad just said was, here, I'm sorry I don't have a 1-up for you. Take this, and gives us the little bits, and then says, I'll keep looking. That was cute. Know what isn't puny? My massive new power. The power to flatten you like a space pancake. So why is Bowser huge again? Oh, that's right. Not answered. Get your story out of my Mario. Notice that nothing he said has any worth or meaning to it. It's just pure empty text. I already jotted down the empty text negative. I have. Also, anybody else feel bad for Yoshi? First, we make him burn his mouth in order to satisfy our ability to go faster. And then we make him inflate like a frickin' balloon. Poor Yoshi. Yeah, Yoshi, is it okay if we put you through this? Okay, cool, Yoshi. Listen, I'm also gonna need a couple of eggs for breakfast. Okay, you're cool with that too? You're such a bro, Yoshi. Thank you for all the help you give us. No, it's cool. No need to thank me. I appreciate you, Yoshi. Now listen, I'm gonna need you to jump into this pit. Alright, so who's ready to watch me fail over and oh, we're not doing the red coins, never mind. The red coins of this stage sucks. And my feet are currently being burned off at the souls. There's nothing left. There's nothing left. I'm just... There's fire instead of souls there. And we're dead. Just to make the pain stop. Just to make the pain stop. And see, what would have been kind of neat is like, and I wouldn't have done this. Well, maybe I would have done this, but like have a thing where like there's Professor Egad, right? He's like, hey youngster, I got a new invention for you. It's a super shoe. It'll never take damage no matter how much you slide on it. I guess that doesn't really have a lot of practical applications, does it? And then Mario's like, I got this! And then just chases down the slide, right? Like, yeah, thank God. Oh, the pain is gone. Thank you, Professor Egad. Thank you so much. Ow. I didn't need that face anyways. Yeah. This feels like a Galaxy 1 level 2 while we're on the subject. Ah! Okay, that's funny. So I want you to put this in the highlight reel. So I just reached over to hit the highlight button to say that there's something highlight-worthy there. And because I took my hand off the controller, I died. And we're dead. What do I remember about Crosscode? Everything. All the nightmare. All the torture. I will never forgive Crosscode for what it did to me. For what it did to my family! One more try. One more try. Get off the screen. The fact that you're timed on this is just an extra little bit of screw you. It's not even necessary. This is a hard level. Yeah, the bot's just been there, dead. Waiting for someone to notice. Valve would do nothing with Pokemon. Well, no, let me walk that back. Let's say Valve was forced to do a game with Pokemon. Like, you put a gun to their head and say, make a freaking game, you jackasses. And they're like, no, we don't want to. And then you shoot that guy. And then you look at the people who are surviving and say, all right, now you're going to make a goddamn game. Make a freaking video game. I'm like, okay, we're sorry. And then they go, they make a video game. But what Valve would do is what they always do. They would try to push the technology of gaming rather than making a video game. And you know what I mean by that, because they've done it for literally like 2 decades at this point. That's not what happened. Oh, that game. I will take a flex on that. That is actually one of the harder stars by memory in this game. Man. Yeah, no, there are exactly 100 coins. You cannot miss a single one. You have 3 minutes. And, yeah, just... Yikes. But, like, all of the... Jesus Christ. Huh. Okay, clip that. All of the special powers and stuff, and we're dead. Damn it, I was doing really well, too. And with that bombshell... So I'd love to tell you that I sat down after having lunch, after working on Art Trek the entire break, thinking, I got this, that I totally nailed it first try when I came back. But I'm not a very good liar. It actually took me 2 tries. But guess how many I made it by? I don't know if it'll show. Yep, there it is. I made it by 0. I got 100 on the final stretch. And I didn't think I was going to make it, because I was squirreling all over the place. And you notice I also took damage on the way down, too. But I did it! It counts, right? This is now the third time I've gotten that star. And the last. I'm never doing that stupid star again. I will admit, there's one downside, negative, to a game like Mario Galaxy 2. It's almost too innovative. Maybe innovative is the wrong word. Inventive? Let's go with inventive. Like, there's so many individual cool moments throughout the course of this game. Like the guys eating away the terrain, I was just saying. Or having to go over a moving block over the lasers like this. Or I don't even know what else. There are so many individual moving pieces of this level, or of this game. You could tell someone somewhere was just kind of running with it, right? Just absolutely running with it. Oh my god, is this where I think it is? Is this? No, I've got to be wrong. I've got to be wrong. I'm wrong. Okay, thank God. I mean, I do like Zlartec chili. Hey, is that... Did I just say Zlartec chili? I love Zlartec chili. I don't know about you guys. Listen, Zlartec was just too tasty. I had to. I was hungry. I don't know. Tom Hardy was in Nemesis. Think about it. Were there any good actors in that entire film? I think not. Now, the problem is the good actor rule doesn't apply. Because Patrick Stewart is in the Emoji Movie. Like, I don't have to explain anything else. Patrick Stewart is in the Emoji Movie. End statement. But when you say style, what do you mean, Eva? Do you mean how incredibly amazing it looks? Or like how fantastically amazing it looks? Because, I mean, both are relevant here, right? Like, are you talking about the amazingness or the fantasticness? Or is this all about the incredibleness? If we're talking about the incredibleness, then we gotta talk about this amazingness. Which is a combination of super and amazing. Yes, I'm trying to get Evo to stop being like, oh, I suck. And I don't have the patience to do it the good way. So we're gonna pull out this gigantic hammer. It looks a lot like Frostbone. Don't worry about it. It's actually a hammer. And I'm just gonna be like, bam, bam, bam. And all of that, like, oh, I suck-itude is just being destroyed in its stupid goddamn face. It's dead. It's been thrown into the fucking sun. Hey, Ross. Super blood. I want you to imagine, for just a second, that I inject... Oh, that's bullcrap! Oh my god. Now, having said all that, I think Zactaf wins. I think Zactaf wins the one change game. You remember the one change game? For those of you who are not familiar with the one change game, the idea behind the one change game is that you have to change... Wow. You have to change a minimal amount of things to make something as much better or worse as possible, okay? So, you know, how do you... the classic example is, how do you make episode 1 a good film with only one change, right? Because you want to do as few changes as possible. So I think Zactaf just made Mass Effect 2 a substantially worse game with one change. They inject Shepard with super blood from a century and a half ago. And that's how Shepard came back. There you go. Bam. One change. The game now sucks. And Sean wins. Oh, that would be terrible. That would be so bad. All of fiction, to put this into real terms for a second, all of fiction is a degree of the constant dynamic between the creators and the perceivers, and the ever dynamic and flowing concept of the suspension of suspension of disbelief. And so when you have something ridiculous, you have to earn it, right? You have to do your groundwork. You have to put the effort in to make it something that makes the audience go with you. Because you're making stuff up, right? That's fiction. That's the nature of it. You're making stuff up. So you have to do something to make it so that the audience buys it. And that is the critical distinction. All of the little details and individual stuff obviously matters to me, because I'm very much a specifics matters and a details matters kind of a guy. That's just me. You know, everything is case by case, yada, yada, yada. But Mass Effect 2 put work and effort into buying my suspension of disbelief for bringing back Shepard. And Into Darkness did not. I apologize for how long it took me to get out that simple sentence, but you know, I'm terrible and worthless and dumb. Alright, so make sure to put that in the highlight reel. Lore is worthless, terrible, and dumb. I'm gonna clip that. So Hazardous has a one change game to make Mass Effect, one minimum change to make Mass Effect 2 a much worse game. You ready for this? Shepard survives by being infected with superblood, and they're so resistant to reprotect because the superblood is advanced Necron technology, and the Necrons are naturally more advanced than the Reapers. That's great. Okay. The one change I would do to make episode 1 worse is has everyone in the entire film be speaking nothing but Huttese the entire time. Fresh reminder, Huttese is not a real language, so they would be speaking gibberish the entire film. Now, hang on. A second change would be to subtitle it. Because then we have all the bad dialogue, except it's being performed even worse. It's like the worst of all worlds. And remember, there's a lot of dialogue in episode 1. So, like, when they're doing the Senate scene, there's just this giant paragraph slowly scrolling across the screen. Dimbash dimbative. Vilimbashki dodoshke. Bamba de debosh de babashka. Hang on, Anakin's I don't like sand speech. Give me a second. Istom vampashe. Ditos. Divam. Di basteritam. Asti vomposhito puka. Dishtam dimbadibova. And then he goes for the kiss. Oh my god. Okay. This is cheating. But if I really wanted to go for the jugular, you know what one change would make literally anything worse that has voice acting ever? Anything. Anything in the entire world. Do you know what Ugnaughts sound like in Tor? Even has this big scene with Obi-Wan, which is one scene. And therein lies the problem. Well, that was actually really close. Oh! That was really close, too. Oh, that's... Oh, crap! Continue! Ah, come on! Oh, God, that was like 3 bullcraps in a row. Triple crap. All your triple crap needs. Okay, that's valid. That's valid. So anyway, suicide, yeah! I have a lot of actors under my belt, if you get my meaning. No, not that way, that's gross. You remember blowing up those stupid crates of the trash with the bombs? Well, this is worse than that in every way. You know, unironically, I think adding levels to Sticker Star would be a good answer for making that whole game worse. Just kind of adding that extra little layer of padding on top of it. Oh my god, I can't believe I just first tried that. I cannot believe I just first shot that. That, unlike some earlier examples I won't name out loud, that was very much not on purpose. Alright, I've got a cheap and easy change to make Secret of the Stars an even worse game. You ready for this, Savicom? You can't save the game. You have to do the whole game on one save, one run. And if you die, you have to start over from the very beginning of the entire game, like this is an NES game. Oh, god damn it. Oh, god damn it. No, come on! That's actually cheap! I had that! I had that. Oh, it's a letter from Rosalina, who barely exists in this game. She technically exists in this game. Make Luke a child. Oh my god, Lord Harriman. No, that's it. That's the winner right there. Make Luke like 10 years old. And just picture he's in the X-Wing cockpit. He can't even see over the thing. And he's just going pew pew as he's zooming through the Battle of Yavin in his X-Wing as a 10-year-old. Oh my god, that is the best answer, Lord Harriman. That's so terrible. And yeah, and he makes a fart joke. I guess the Death Star couldn't quite pass the mustard. Or I don't know, I can't do that kind of humor, but... Oh god, that's so awful. That's so awful. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is really bad. Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is gonna be so difficult. Wish me luck. Okay, so I'm actually soft-locked. But I can tell you why, and I can fix it, so give me a second to fix that. Okay. Hang on, let's try this. So I can't go backwards, is the problem. Wait, maybe I could jump backwards. Nope, nope, hang on. Okay. I don't know how to fix this. Let me think about this. Oh. I think that actually works. Only to go backwards. So I have to actually... Oh my god. Okay, hang on. So I have to actually reset the entire control scheme to just be able to go backwards, but then I have to set it again to be able to go in any other direction. I can't take drink right now. I'm actually controlling the controller with two hands right now. I mean, I'm sorry. Of course, I'm usually using a controller with two hands. What I mean by that is both of my hands are on the right side of the controller. I mean, the blame really is still on Nintendo for kind of mandating this terrible control scheme for their freaking game. Honestly. I stand by the triple negative I've given this control scheme. A control scheme which I feel like pointing out was completely fixed in the Switch version of Galaxy 1. No, I've 100%ed lost levels. Whoa! What the hell was that? No! Okay, we're okay, we're okay. This is what I feel like every time I eat Taco Bell. That has got to be a joke. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shoot! Okay, we're okay, we're okay, we're okay. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I made it. Oh. Okay, third try with this control scheme. I think I deserve a medal for that. Like, I can't summarize the Mario film with one sentence, you know what I mean? It was good and bad. And awful, and great, and boring. But more than... I guess I could. Hang on, hang on. There is one word I could use to summarize the Mario film very, very well. Safe. It was the safest possible way they could have done it. Like, I don't think they could have had a safer film than that one. It was designed to make its return on investment back. Which it did. It's worth noting. The film has nothing to do with the, game. Oh, that was actually really close. Nope, 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 nope! Which is my point. Nope, nope. God damn it. I really hate Yoshi so much. I hate you. I want you to die, Yoshi. I want you to die. Because they are forcing me to use the most god-awful control scheme in the history of the universe just to control you. And I hate that, and I hate you. I think the problem here, really, is that comic book films have always been appealing to creators because comic books actually lend themselves really well towards movies as like an occasional spectacle thing, right? The problem was those were popular because people liked seeing that spectacle, seeing their heroes on the big screen, right? That was a very popular thing to look at. Yoshi, I hate you and everything about you. I just want you to know that. So, one of the things I'm most impressed by about this game in particular is how much effort was put into the camera. And I should probably mention, we have next to no camera control. So what you're watching is just the camera. Now, I bring that up because that would actually become the golden standard for several upcoming games. And they would just kind of say, you know what, we're just going to not do camera control. We're just going to have a manually crafted camera for every single section. I mean, they do some good work with it. And we're just going to keep tying. And it's still ducking. I can tell just by looking at it. Based on the audio. Oh, Jesus, and we're dead. I was so distracted by this audio issue that I died immediately. This... I think I should keep it. Oh, I'm wrong. It's okay, I've got 10 seconds left until I fail the entire mission. It's fine. You failed! Alright, thank you, DirectD, very much. To Google. That's not Google. Where's Google? Where'd Google go? Where's Google? We lost Google. The world is weirdly a better place. Oh, come on, game. It's just like my real life gambling. You... Okay, I can't believe that didn't kill me. Cool. Alright, so. Hang on. Gotta get revenge really quick. Him. I gotta have revenge, you don't understand. Come on, just someone do something bad to me so I can get revenge for him. Revenge! Wait, wrong guy. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Now he's gonna have to get revenge against me. Perfect. Oh my god, and then we could build a revenge cycle, and then, like, have an infinite array of revenge. Buddy, are you gonna move? Buddy? Buddy? Okay, I guess he's fine. This is so hard to control. Holy crap, alright, yeah, Spring Mario, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty much all of the indie television is entirely in the YouTube space, and yeah, good luck with that nonsense. I'm just gonna die. I choose death! Suicide!
Boom! I'm back, dummy!
There we go. Okay. Come with me,
I
Mr.
can see
Goomba.
my base from here!
Need you.
I got a bucket of chicken, and I'm here to kick ass.
Come on.
And I'm all out of chicken, so I lied about the chicken.
Up here.
Oh, hey!
Up here.
You
Goomba,
suck!
Goomba, no!
What did we learn? I always win! Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. No, wait, yeah, I did.
Now it's smooshin' time! And for my huge fist to meet your puny face. Did I mention I'm large? Because that's my only characterization in this entire game. Oh, God! And so, leaning into that kind of makes sense to me. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Okay. Do you mind actually talking to him instead of jumping? Is that a thing you can do? No, we only have 2 buttons. Why do you only have 2 buttons? Well, because this is the Wiimote, and we didn't know how to do... The Wiimote is one of the worst Nintendo controllers ever made, I'm just saying. Please shut up, Lubba. You collected a fire flower. Yeah, that's nice. I know that. Thank you for adding so much to this game. Revenge! Thank you, Goomba, for attacking me, that I might seek glorious revenge upon you. This is just inventive. You're probably thinking, what's inventive? Well... that. You got this, Frisco. Maybe. Or am I supposed to be like a typical YouTuber? You suck! Give me money! The only people who don't suck are those who give me money, so give me money! Give me money! Give me money! So yeah, I'm totally down with something like Smithy existing within the Marioverse, because proper horror, right? Proper contrast! Yeah! I mean, I don't know if you were here for this earlier, but I highlighted a scene I could picture in my head where Bowser takes Mario out go-karting to cheer Mario up because Mario's in a funk with regards to how little self-esteem Mario has. And Bowser is the one who talks Mario through that and helps him to get over that. That's the Bowser I envision. And that's the Bowser I, frankly, want. Most of you probably haven't played it, but there's a game called Color Splash. We did play it on stream. And Bowser was ostensibly the villain of the game, but he wasn't really. In fact, what was actually happening was there was this evil entity that was, you know, possessing him, for lack of a way to put it. And my favorite part about that, God, I love this thing so much. My favorite part about that was right towards the end, right after you free him from its control, he demonstrates that he hasn't been aware this whole time. And he has no consciousness of what has happened while he was being mind controlled. And he looks at you and is like, "Oh, Mario, what's going on? Is it time for go-karting?" Like it was just a Tuesday, you know? And that's Bowser. I mean, let's go back to SMRPG. For those of you who haven't played that, this is a minor spoiler. Actually, a huge spoiler. You ready for this? This is the biggest spoiler in the history of spoilers. Here it comes. Here it comes. Bowser is a playable character in SMRPG. And he's not at first. He is, in fact, the final, I believe? No, second to last. Sorry, second to last party member that you get in that game. There's a scene where Bowser is literally crying because he's lost his castle, he's lost his Koopa Troop, and the Smithy gang is taking over. And then he turns and sees Mario. He's like, "Oh crap! It's Mario! Okay, I can't let him see me. Okay, just gotta act cool. Okay. Sup? No, that's stupid! Why would you say that, Bowser? God, why would you do that? Okay, yes, I'm here. I am Bowser. What's going on, Mario? Well, I'm just gonna go on now. And he just kind of leaves. And then you're like, okay. And you go to open the door, and you can't open the door. And Bowser's back. He's like, "Oh, ha, ha! You need help opening the door, don't you? It's written all over your face. Don't worry. I got your back." And then he helps you open the door. And that's Bowser, right? That is Bowser. He's awesome of a character. And it's why it pisses me off so much when I see games like Sticker Star. Anyways, hi, the Wolfman Hulk. No, and we're dead. Oh, wait. And we're dead. Okay, now we're dead. Oh my god, what are those things? I love the idea here. I love what they do with this silicone stuff. I know I said it before, I don't care. Look, if I'm not allowed to gush about Mario frickin' Galaxy, we have a problem. Okay, that's actually bad. Turn around, please. Thank you. Kind of like that. Hi. I got lost in my position. That's okay, because I can totally recover. Oh my god. Hi. And then I died.
Bye-bye.
Why BioWare was... Yeah, it's... If I wanted to be clickbaity about it, I'd be like, why the game company you love... I wouldn't even name it. I'll just say the game company you love was never actually good. Top 5 reasons why they suck. And I do like a picture of like some like Revan, but like I do one of those really dumb graphic morphs that takes 5 seconds in Photoshop that makes it look like it's frowning. So it's like a frowny face. I guarantee you, it would be one of my most watched videos I ever did. I guarantee you I'd have the highest view count I've ever gotten if I actually did that. Oh, I got rid of the one in my mouth. There's a sense I didn't feel like I was saying today. Could you do me a favor, little electric guy? Yeah, what's up? Ah! Thanks, appreciate you. Oh my god, I want that game in my life right now, Mr. Red. It's now your job to make that a real thing in real life. This is hard to do with this control scheme. Whatever! Oh, Jesus. Oh, right. Bregwin. So... I'm finally going to talk about the only real plus to story this game gets. Okay, you ready for this? So look at the background, okay? In orbit, you can actually literally see the planet right down here, right? There's Earth. And there's, like, the moon. And we're still in high atmosphere. And if I'm not mistaken... Yeah, see, so you can actually see the high atmosphere, and you can see the orbiter of the planet that we're in high orbit of, and we're still up here amongst the clouds, right? Cool. We zoom out a little bit more. Solar system. You can see the star. You can actually clearly see, you know, there's Saturn and several of the moons. Over there we've got Earth and the moon. We got Mars over there. And if we zoom in, I'm going to go through the whole list. I just want to get this across because this is some great stuff. And yeah, you can see the wonderful, sharp, contrasted shades they got going on there, which is awesome looking. And kind of got this kind of summer, autumn vibe going on with the coloring as we get further away from the planet. Then we get into what I guess would be the Oort cloud. I'm not actually sure what this is supposed to represent exactly because I'm a moron. But now we're out here. You can see just the cluster, whatever our local nebula / cluster is. I don't actually know the proper terminology. But we're not actually at the galaxy level yet. That's important. Galaxy is next. Because then when we zoom out again, this one's the most obvious one of all. This is the one everyone caught when they were playing this the first time. This is the galaxy level. You can just see the Milky Way in the background there. And yeah, nice little shot there of it, I believe. This is the button. So you can actually see the Milky Way just spinning in the distance as we get further and further away here. Now, this is actually one of my personal favorite ones. Because this is the one I had several people like, what is this? Well, this is when we could see galactic clusters. One of my favorite layers of galactic space. And you can just see clusters and clusters of galaxies in the distance there. All over the place. Love this one. Again, continuing the trend of zooming further and further out. This is also when the levels start to get really mean. Actually, not here. Leading to... So, this is a supermassive black hole here. This is actually the black hole that Bowser is crafting. And this was actually the first time I ever saw a black hole represented as that kind of a black sphere with the shape, with the disc or whatever it is around it. Obviously, this is normal now, but this is the first time I ever encountered this personally. And you see that little white shoot coming out of it, Bragwin? Right there. So, that's pretty much the visual storytelling of the game. It's the only real story positives this game gets. But I've always loved the way it develops across the worlds as we go. That's just mean. I didn't even know it moved. I didn't even know it moved. No cheats. No joke, that is one of the hardest stars in the entire game. In fact, it is the second hardest star in the entire game. In case you missed me saying that earlier. The only thing harder is the perfect run, and the perfect run can go straight to hell. We are not doing the perfect run in this game. What? What, Lubba? You've been through a lot lately, huh? Maybe you should just take a break for a little while, Captain. Die in a fire. And... oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. And we still died of it. That's actually okay. 62. We're up to 191. It's okay, we've got some lives to throw at this. Oh yeah, I forgot to even talk about this. Plus to gameplay. I forgot this was even a thing. Cosmic Helper Mode. Thank you, game, for reminding me that that exists. I've been playing too well at this game. I haven't run into this yet. Yes, that's bragging. No, I don't care. I mean, I own this game. I can prove that pretty easily. Game? Game? Okay, okay. Game? Game? Cool. Okay, so that's not what I wanted. Nope, still wrong. There. Okay, okay. It's fixed in time to succeed at everything. But you know what I mean, right? When they just kind of completely change their mind on the type of character a specific person is! I missed one? I missed one somewhere. This is astonishingly hard to control. I just want you to know that. I don't want anyone to sympathize with me. Don't give me your pity. You don't belittle me with your pity. Why can't donation be redeemed? Well, you see Lo, and I just shoot Lo, like, right in the face. And Lo, like, goes flying backwards, slow motion style, obviously. And it's just like, how, like, there's that expression as he sees the gun pull up, and that's the last thing he sees. But it's okay, because I give to charity, so it's cool. I am redeemed. It's kind of a reboot from what I understand. I'm not sure what direction they're taking it yet, but I suppose nobody is, and we're dead. Okay, cool. So, I was thinking about your soul, Mr. Red, and I was just inspired. I was thinking about my soul, and I was inspired. Okay, that was just terrible. Why aren't you... Mario, you're terrible. Nobody likes you, Mario. Nobody likes you. That's what you deserve, Mario. That's what you deserve. I feel like I was, like, slowly squished him, too. One thing I've noticed, and I really, really mean no insult with this statement, is a lot of people will only watch streams for games they know they like. Not games they think would be interesting, not games that would make good reviews, just games that they like. And that's honestly a little problematic, because not every game, good game or bad, makes for a good stream, you know? And I will go ahead and count myself in this category too, because some games I thought would be good streams were obviously not. But more to the point, I have the same problem when it comes to speedruns. Not every game that I enjoy is a good speedrun. So, when I was a lot younger, 15 years ago at this point, I used to be really picky about which games I'd watch in, speedrunning events. And I'd only watch the ones I knew, and a lot of those were really boring and dumb, and I was like, huh. And later on, when I'm just, pushing my way through the VODs, slow-moding, I would watch all the runs, and games I never even heard of, or games I would never have thought of, or really terrible games, would make for really good runs. I mean, one of the best streams we've ever done is Secret of the Stars. And I'm not being exaggerative about that. That was a fantastic stream. And that is the worst game we've ever reviewed. And even that's not a guarantee, because awful games are not always good streams. We did also stream Star Trek Shattered Universe. That was not great. The Shattered Universe stream was painful. Stop running from me. Die like the crabs that you are. Become dinner. You'd have Bowser give the line, "Let them eat. Let them eat cake." In my new empire, we will have peace, tranquility, stability, and security. Could the universe survive a collision of Gouda and Evo? Good question. There's only one way to find out. No, the dumb runner? The ass runner. That gets across the wrong impression. Let's not go with that. Could you two stop bouncing off each other, saving yourselves from me? That. Stop doing what you just did. Thank you.
I'm dead!
Yep, so the idea here is that Bowser's thing is absorbing the power of the comet. They never explain or elaborate on this in any way, shape, or form because they ripped the story out of this game. Actually, worse than last time. All the dudes. Oh my god, I hate this game so much. And then he shoots me. Let's go get kissed to death. Who designed this enemy? I need a sneeze.
Cocoon punch!
That is pretty much the definition of being taken advantage of. Jesus. She's like, quick, get your kiss on. And I'm like, I'm sneezing. Yeah, seriously, buy me dinner first. Christ. Yes, D1 is the only true Diablo game. It's the only one that is a nightmare and acts like a vague dream sequence with bad storytelling and bad gameplay to emulate how you don't really have control of yourself while you're in a dream. Which says all I think it needs to about my opinion of their opinion. The goal, the idea, I'm not going to read this. The idea here is to get to the point where I could cast the RFF series. That's Peach's third line of the game, by the way. Well, you see, Mr. Red. Any questions? Like, I could make up something. Not make you feel any better. But, as we've already talked about, Galaxy 2 just kind of has a deliberate absence of story. We can infer bits and pieces of what they were probably going for, based on what's there, and what we know from interviews and the like, but we don't really know, and there's nothing in the game that supports any of that. Yeah, we need to read the item descriptions, that way we can actually get the full lore of what's going on here. Like, honestly, it would literally make more sense if he just had a giant mushroom. And he was like, oh man, I'm huge now. Right? You thought you were the only one who could do that. You know, something. He was watching Power Rangers one day. Guess what, Mario? Breathe a sigh of relief, because it'll be your last. You know why? Because this is finally the end. The end of you! Wow, I don't think I could have made worse dialogue than that if I tried. Fun fact, you essentially cannot lose this fight. This is a victory lap fight. It's a great song, but right in the eye. Normally I'd say time, but like I said, we're not done yet. My power's gone. My empire's shrinking. My huge cake never got a slice. Yeah, remember, and this is not a joke, his primary motive in this particular game is to have a giant cake. And you know the worst part is they could have made that work. They just didn't. How are you holding on to that? Always thought we would meet again. Shut up, Lubba. Get off my screen. Alright, Rosalina, give us your dialogue. I'm ready. Here it is. Here's the amazing dialogue from Rosalina. I am Rosalina, and I am Optimus Prime. Sorry. But I knew we'd see each other again, because there's a force that binds us, defying even time and space. Not even the laws of the universe can stop it. I knew its gentle pull would prevail. It is the desire to be reunited with someone who's important to you. You can just call it love. It's okay, we have a word for that. Mario, thank you for returning this child to me. I will never forget you, even when I become a star myself. I'll never forget you, Mario. Who are you? Okay, I'm gonna give this a negative, because the game is trying to pull us up like this is some big, colossal goodbye scene, and it's like, who are you? You've had literally 0 lines of dialogue. Literally 0 lines of dialogue this whole game. Nothing to establish this Luma, or why they're relevant, or anything. They're just there, so we have the spin dash. Well, you see, Spartan, it's because they're stupid, dumb, worthless, terrible, and literally Hitler! Any questions? F for Iwata.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
You're welcome. Now please get on with it so I can actually get to the rest of the game. You're ready for more? Onward then! There's more power stars. Shut up, Lubba. No ways to hurry this up, which we're gonna go for because we are in a hurry. We're gonna fail at physics and die. That's okay. Dying via physics is very appropriate. We're gonna start over from scratch. We're gonna eat Kamek. I hope he suffered in his final few moments of his life. For his trespass! And we're dead. We have just lost the map. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. So what's gonna happen is this guy's gonna jump out here. And I'm gonna miss, is what's gonna happen. So now we gotta start over. Kamek, we have eaten him. He has suffered in the final moments of his life. That's very important. The suffering is like what actually gives you the health back, right? You feed on it. Literally, I suppose. Grab it. Up. Or don't. That's cool, too. Whatever. It's cool. I'm cool. We're all cool here. There's no hurry. There's no rush. Please hurry up. You're my greatest rival when it comes to gaming skill. Yeah, that guy plays mobile games. He looks like he does, doesn't he? Hard part. Failed that last time. Still not sure why that's screwing up. My thumb slipped. My thumb literally slipped. And that killed me.
Bye-bye.
What? You... I'm not throwing up the cheating flag, because that robbed me. That robbed me of that. Now the hard one. Okay, that was the hard part. Now I'm gonna fail now that we're past the hard part. And of course, as per Rainbow Road's prototypical approach, no handrails. Okay, we're okay, we're okay. I'm pretty proud of that, but we haven't done the hard version yet. Yeah, that's a first try. I'll take that. Almost failed about 3 times on that one. So what comment do you think there's going to be for this stage? Real quick, real quick. Think about it, think about it. If you guessed purple coins! That's 4 more I could skip. Very little time. 3 more I could skip. I can't go back for it. I can't go back for it. Hold on. First try. Actual first try, not like a memeing first try. Listen, I'm definitely not clenching as I'm sitting here playing this. I just want you to know that. Definitely not like just... See, I don't butt clench, but my legs tighten, right? Like, my legs are just like... I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to describe it. I'm just freaking out the entire time. I almost lost that. I almost lost that. Second try. Second try. Now see what it would be, Krenzler's like, I gotta go places, gotta follow my rainbow. Why do big doomy bosses always look pathetic when you get rid of all their armor and stuff? Sure. You know what? I'll take that. That works. That is mean and unkind, sir. I know that 1-ups are usually bait, but that's just awful that you did that. I just want you to know that. Whoever put that, whatever designer put that there, you don't get a taco today. Okay, halfway. I have to wait for it. There's no choice. Can't wait for these. Yes, I'm gonna have nothing but non-stop ads. Like, it's gonna be like, alright, welcome to the LGA. This LGA is brought to you by Savicom. When you need a sub made by a professional, think Savicom. Alright, now, before we get to the actual awards, I want to run an ad really quick. Do you need graphics work done? Then call Yura. Yura knows what they're doing, and knows how to do it well for all your graphical needs. Okay, now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to do our first announcement of the thing. And our first announcement is that Ect would like to talk to you about some exciting opportunities in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Run to the next ad. Have you ever thought about what it would be like if you too could play Pokemon Mystery Dungeon? Think about the joys, the heartbreak, the sadness, the triumphs, all this in yours for the low, low price of making a new Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. And you know what, goddammit? Get back to me. Alright, now for a word from our sponsor. When you would like to finally actually have an FPS that's actually an RPG, put it on your forehead! One person in chat's gonna get that. And it's just the whole thing. The whole LGA is just 100% ads. There's nothing else there. But yeah, no, like, I don't want to sound elitist. But if you've never managed to experience the joys of bathing in champagne, then are you even truly alive? And also, I find the official Video Game Awards to be very similar to the Oscars, aka a complete waste of time, effort, space, energy, and, of course, most importantly of all, money. I disagree with that. I don't want to say anything because I think it'll curse me here. Oh, come on. Okay, we're just going to play it safe. We're just going to play it safe. Not in any rush. There's no timer. There's no cosmic me's following me. There's no giant wall of lava behind me. Tychus isn't getting impatient in the Odin. The planet isn't about to go supernova. Yeah, there's no angry sun. There's no ninjas. There's no hybrid chasing me. Whoops. Easy every time. So what I was biting my tongue on was how much of a relief this has been after the nightmare levels I've been doing. And I didn't want to say anything because I knew if I did, I'd immediately fall into a pit and die. That is not what I hit, game. Just straight up. What? Like, did I clench the controller too hard? Like, he's just like, I'm gonna do a ground pound, but I don't want you to. No, but I feel like it. Okay. You realize that's gonna kill you, right? Yeah. But on the plus side, it'll piss you off and make this take even longer than it already has. You didn't really want a lunch break, right? Like, nobody wants to take a lunch break. Oh my god, that's it. This game is being paid off by corporations to try and convince players to not take lunch breaks. I knew it! Listen, the only way anybody will ever watch a sleep stream is if I'm in a bikini. And guys, no. Can I skip this, please? No! I've literally already seen the ending. Oh my god, I'm giving this a second negative. You're just forcing me to watch the ending again. And I can't even, like, put the controller down because I have to mash A to push through it as quickly as possible. Or, indeed, at all, because if I don't, it'll just sit here. Holding it. This is me holding A. Yeah. That's terrible. This frickin' game. Cool.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
Again. Can we get on with it, please? So let's do the audit really quick. Let's see. There's a lot of Babylon 5 effect. Banter was amazing. The brickwork was fantastic. The characters made me cry. There was so many great cutscenes. The doodad usage was amazing. There was so much continuity. And the MSQ and the NPC set dressing. Oh, every galaxy felt like a full, fleshed out, trillions and trillions of lives galaxy. I will say this, if given a choice, I'd rather play Galaxy 1, but there's actually only one reason for that. And you could probably guess that reason right now. Yeah, because it's on the Switch. Playing Galaxy 2, it means the Wii, which is a hassle no matter how you line it up. We either play the physical hardware, in which case it's irritating to get hooked up and it's painful to play, or we get hooked up on an emulator, in which case it's painful to play in a different way. There's no winning there. Super Mario Galaxy 2. 4 pluses to story. Whereas in Galaxy 1 we had 9. Galaxy 2 had 72 pluses to gameplay, and Galaxy 1 had 71. However, Galaxy 1's ratios are a bit off. Where the hell? I lost it. There it is. Galaxy 1 had a 90% and a 94%. That's a really, really good ratio on both axes. Galaxy 2 had a 75% and an 88%. Galaxy 2 had worse density as well, if I could find where that actually is. Where the hell's the density? There it is, with 0.23 stories per hour and 4 gameplays per hour. Golden number. Well, drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Just as a reminder, the number I asked you earlier, Galaxy 1's golden number was 206.04. Galaxy 2's golden number is 187.92. Still a damn good game. Despite my irritations at the end and the fact that super optional stuff can go straight to hell. The fact is, it is still a very, very good game that I enjoy a great deal. And yeah, honestly, that tracks, to be blunt. I stand by what I said earlier. I do think Galaxy 2 has better level design, but of course it does. It's a level design pack. That's kind of what it's supposed to be. Yeah. Galaxy 2 is a level pack DLC thing. That's exactly what it is, and exactly what it's going for. It flubs it in several other ways, and it's trying a little bit too hard to have extra optional content, which Galaxy 1 kind of bypassed by virtue of Galaxy 1 just being like, hey, go play the game again. Whereas Galaxy 2 is, screw you. Here's my opinion about the President of the United States of America. That's definitely the direction we should go with.